Hello, today we are taking a look at Find the Source from Animus Magnus Games. This is a game no doubt inspired by Matrix. So as you can see, you wake up in a world ruled by artificial intelligence, and your goal is to hack around the system until you can find the source and defeat all agents there, liberating humanity. So, before you start, you pick which boards you want to use. There's the city board and there's the player board. I'm taking the recommended setup, which is taking the 1 for the city and the A for the player board, but I could just as well have picked one of the other 2 boards for each of the types. So you have 3 types of cities, 3 types of player board, and each board shows up 3 times because you can play this game up to 3. Also, if you go with the print to play option, you have a black and white version also available. This is a published version with very thick dry erase boards, which in my opinion is way better. Also, before you start, you're gonna take your marker, you're gonna take 3 dice. You have 3 dice of colors, but I prefer to take 2 dice of my color and 1 extra dice. I'll show you why in a second. You also have these 3 additional tiles that you can use to add some variety to your game. This increases difficulty, and this gives you some additional helpers. If you opted to use them, you would simply place them here. I won't be using them, I'll just be explaining the basic game. So let's get to it. The first thing we need to do is to find out where we start the game. You can see that the board is split into 2 sections, alpha and omega, into rows that are either day or night, and into columns that are either green, purple, or yellow. Like the rulebook says, I will roll the dice 3 times, and this will help me determine where I start. So I roll the 2, I know I'll start in the alpha, so I'll start in one of these 2 rows. I'll roll it again. I got a 4, which is night, so I know I'll start in this row. And then I'll roll it one last time. I got a 3, which means I'll start in the purple. So I rolled alpha, night, and purple. So this is my starting position. I will mark it here. This is relevant because throughout the game, you can only enter each location twice. And since I'm starting my game here, I'm already spending one of my movements into the city. Every time you enter a new location, you roll 2 dice. One thing that is very important in Find the Source is the dice rolling system. So whenever you roll 2 of the same value, you need to re-roll, so you can never have the dice showing the same value. And also, every time you take the most beneficial dice for you, you suffer a penalty. So now I need to make a pick of what is the value of the agent entering this location. So it's either a 3 or a 2. If I enter a 3, I simply place 3 there. If I enter a 2, I place 2 there, but I lose 1 energy. If we ever run out of energy, we lose. So this is the setback that you need to consider. Either you take the most beneficial die but spend energy, or you take the higher die and then risk the defeat. So I will start by taking the 3, and this is the agent that is in this location. If I ever leave this location with agents there, I will take damage. So what is the goal in the game? Like the title says, the goal is to find the source. To do this, you will be moving in the city, hacking the various locations into finding out the location of the source and then opening it up. Actually, you can open up before you find it, you just don't know what it is. On your turn, you're going to have a number of actions, and you're going to spend those action points to perform any action listed here. So the first one is fighting. You can see that we have an agent here. You need to spend 2 action points to fight this agent, and then you need to spend a number of ammo that is enough to defeat it. Right now, all our ammo is worth 1. So in order to defeat this agent, we would spend 2 action points and spend all 3 of our ammo and then defeat it, marking it on our board. How do you get more ammo? You can spend 1 action to get 2 ammo. You simply mark them here. You start the game with 3 ammo and 2 life. Other than fighting, you can also investigate, which means you mark this location. Why do you need to mark this location? Because of the hack action. Once you have at least 2 locations marked on a row, you can hack that row. The number of action points that you need to spend depends on your hacking skill. Your hacking skill starts at 4, so you need to spend 4 action points right now to investigate. When you investigate, you roll a die, it came out as a 3, and you mark it on the row. And this means that our source will be on an alpha row. So it will be here or here. Then later on the game, you will come over here, investigate this location and investigate that location, and you would once again hack it, and you would roll once again the die. You would get a 5, and you would mark it here. So now you know that the source is in alpha and in a night location. By going here, you can determine in which column it actually is, and by going here, you can open up. So this is why you want to investigate and hack. Throughout the game, you can improve your hacking skills so that you don't lose so many points in hacking. Likewise, you can also improve your fighting skills so that you spend less ammo when fighting the bad guys. So we covered fight, ammo, and investigate. Transfer is only relevant when you're playing in the multiplayer mode, and you can move. So we started our game in this location, location number 1, and let's pretend we want to go here. We need to spend 2 action points, so the number of orthogonal spaces that you move through, to come here. So we spend 2. As soon as you go into a new location, you need to roll the dice, and once again, place an agent there. You either place the 6 and nothing else happens, or you've placed the dice that is better for you, which in this case is a 5, but like we saw before, you would sacrifice 1 energy to do this. If you move out, not through, of a location where there is an agent and you didn't kill them, so let's say we haven't moved yet, we are in location 1 and we want to go here like I exemplified, but we don't want to kill the agent, that means we suffer 1 damage. It doesn't matter how many agents are there, you always suffer 1, unless you kill them and then you suffer nothing, and then you go here and you do what we did of putting here another agent. So this was moving. Location. You can tell that the locations have different abilities. For example, this location that we were pretending to be on right now, you can spend 2 action points and there's no energy cost to get any of the items. There's 6 items here. You simply mark them as having that, and you can use them once per game. In the location where we started, you could roll 1 die, and if it comes out as even, you lose 1 energy, but if it comes out as odd, you would simply get that many action points. So you're gambling to see if you get the benefit or if you actually just waste your time. So that's the location action. You can see that there's various costs. Some cost more action points, some just cost energy, and some don't even cost anything. You just need to be at the location. Depending on the location, you can either do it 1 time or you can do it 2 times. And the hack we already saw. So that's what you're trying to do. So moving around the board, trying to stay alive, investigating the various locations, and hacking. Along the way, you try to activate the locations that you think will help you. For example, getting items, upgrading skills, getting more health. So this also contributes to you staying alive and becoming stronger. Now that you know how to play the game, let's look at a player's turn. So I'm gonna take my first turn and I'm gonna roll 2 dice. So now I have to make a choice. Either I take the highest value, and that's the number of actions that I have, so I would take 5, and I have to pay 1 energy, or I take the lowest value, which is 4, and not only do I not spend this energy, I also get to upgrade one of my skills. My skills are energy, action, fight, reroll, hack. At the end of every turn, you're going to lose a number of energy in the track equal to the value here. So the more you upgrade this skill, the less energy you lose per turn. The action, right now it's 0, but if you increase it to 1 and 2, you always get plus that many actions per turn. Pretty nice. The fight, each ammo will kill 1 enemy, but if you upgrade it enough, each ammo will kill 2 enemies and 3 enemies. Because right now, if we want to fight this enemy, his value is 3, so we need to spend 3 ammo. But if all of our ammo is worth 2, we could just spend 2 ammo to defeat this enemy. You don't get any change back. Then you have the option to reroll. So if you had it on level 1, you could reroll the dice once per round. And the hacking is the hacking cost for the row that I explained before. Right now it's pretty high, it's at 4. If you get this down, it will be far easier for you to hack. Alright, so I'm gonna play it conservative and I'm gonna take the lowest dice, saving me some energy and allowing me to improve one of my skills. I always like to improve my energy because even though there's no effect right now, spending 3 energy per round is pretty brutal. And now I need to make a choice. I am going to spend one of my actions here. to take the location action. So I need to mark it off as here. And now I roll a die, and I'm gonna take one of the extra die. You could just use one of these dice actually, but I like to use the additional dice that I have available while playing solo. So I got even, which was pretty nasty. I lost 1 energy. So I could take my chances again, and I am spending the last location action, and once again I lose 1 energy. I was trying to conserve energy and my gambling did not work out. So I already spent 2 of my actions. Lastly, I'm gonna spend 1 energy to investigate. So I marked this space, meaning when I have 2 investigations here, I can start my turn. Sorry, I can hack. And now with my last action, I'm going to get 1 additional ammo. I finished my turn. I need to spend 3 energy. This was actually a pretty brutal turn since I wasted 2 energy at the casino. Well, apparently the game has a message for me today. Now I go to my next turn. I simply roll 2 more dice. I pick one of the numbers. When the numbers are so close, it actually makes it pretty easy for me to just take the lowest one in most occasions. And I will once again upgrade, and now I'm spending less energy, which is great. I have 2 actions, and I'm just gonna spend them to defeat the enemy at this location. So he has a power of 3, and my fighting is just 1, so each ammo gives me 1, so I need to spend 3 ammo to defeat this enemy. And that's all I did, because fighting takes 2 actions. Then my turn is over. I spend 2 energy. So now we have a big differential, right? So I either get 6 actions but lose 1 energy, or I get 3 actions and I get to upgrade one of my skills. It's a tough choice, but I think I will once again go with the 3, which lets me upgrade the skill. And because I'm getting closer to hacking one of these levels, I'm gonna increase my hacking skill, decreasing its cost. Then I'm gonna start my turn. I'll spend 2 to move to this location, which immediately spawns an enemy. I need to roll 2 dice. Ooh, this is great. And I just take the highest number to not suffer the energy penalty. Then I'm gonna use the action of the location I am in to gain 1 more action. Then I'm gonna spend 1 of these actions to investigate. So now I'm able to act this row if I want. And now I have 2 more actions. So what I'm gonna do is spend another location action, which is free, to get 1 more action. I have 3, and I'm gonna spend these 3 to hack, because I already have 2 locations investigated in this row. So what I do is roll 1 die. It came out as a 3, so I mark it as a 3, and I know that the source will be in one of these 2 rows. So that is not enough information for now, so it's time for me to continue. I finished my turn because I ran out of energy, so I spent 2 energy, and I go back. Oof, 2 pretty bad dice rolls. So if I take 2, I could kill the enemy before moving, but I'll just take the 1, increase my fighting skill, and my only action for the turn is to get more ammo. Turn is over. I once again lose 2 energy. So I roll 2 4. This is not legal. I need to roll them again. A 5 and a 1. So this is gonna be one of those scenarios where I take the 5 and I'd cross out 1 energy because I took the best time. And I have 4 energy. I do not want to lose life yet. So I'm gonna spend 2 of that energy to fight, and I need to spend 2 ammo because my fighting skill is still 1. I spend 2 ammo to defeat this enemy. Then I spend 1 movement to come over here because I want 1 item. Because I entered a new location, I need to roll the dice to spawn a new enemy. Once again, I'm gonna save my energy because it's already running low. I put it at the highest value. Now I still have 2 energy, which is just enough to get 1 of these items. So, I know that the source will be somewhere here, and I need to go down to investigate and hack this row. So what I'm thinking is that maybe I want something that lets me move to a location. You or another player moves to any location without losing health, so this is pretty good. But my fighting skills are also pretty weak, so I'm wondering if I should get the hacker card, which gets me ammo, health, and 1 action point, or even if I get the smoke bomb, which I don't lose energy for a turn, which I see is becoming a problem. Right now, I'm gonna play it safe, and I'm gonna get the hacker card. I use my 2 actions here, and that finished my turn, so now I lose 2 more energy. It's not looking great. So 5 and a 2. 5 and a 2. So what would I be able to do in my turn with 5? I could investigate. I don't think I can kill these enemies with my... I have no ammo. I could get ammo here, but then spending 4 ammo would be too few. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the weakest of the two, so that I can upgrade one of my skills. I'm going to upgrade my fighting because I need to kill this enemy. And then I have 2 actions. With 1, I'm going to investigate. With the last one, I'm going to get some ammo. Turn over, I lose 2 energy. Then we start. 2 and a 6. Tough choices. But I'm going to get a 6. I will have to spend 1 energy. So, time to kill this enemy. Or to... I could just take the damage. Roll 2 dice. I'm seeing my mistakes. So do I want... No, I will not fight this enemy, and I will just move down. Normally I like to complete... so I move down here. Normally I like to complete a row before going to another row, but I'm feeling pretty confident that I can do something like that. So, because I moved from a location that had any amount of agents, I lose 1 life, and the agent is still there. Now here I need to spawn another agent, and it's either a 6 or a 2. Stuff, because I'm running low on ammo, but I'm also running low on energy. Because I'm running low on energy, I'm gonna put here a 6 so that I don't have to suffer the health penalty. Then I'm going to spend 1 action to investigate, 1 action to get 1 health back. That might mean I don't even fight this guy. Yeah, that might be exactly what it means. I'm gonna spend another action actually to get 1 more health. And then I'm gonna spend another action to move over here, which then spawns another agent. 2 and 2, it's not possible. 2 and 5. Let's go with the 5, right? That's what we have been saying. And now I'm here, I still have 1 action. For 0 actions, I can spend 1 energy. I will do this to get an item. So I rolled a 2, I already have that item, so I roll it again. I have a 1. So, Adrenaline Rush, you can set both dice to any different values after any of your rolls. That's actually pretty nice. I still have 1 action, and I'm gonna just mark this slot. End of turn, I spend 2 energy. I'm quickly running out. So, a 4 and a 3, I'm gonna save some energy by getting the 3, upgrading one of my skills. I can act this turn, so I'm gonna decrease my hacking cost. Then I'm gonna take the hacking action, spending 2 because that's what it is right now. Roll 1 die. I rolled a 4, which means that my location is in Alpha and in one of these 2 locations. I still have 1 action. With this action, I cannot fight, I can get ammo, or I can move. Sorry, I moved here without fighting, so I should have taken a damage. Do I want to get some ammo, or do I want to fight? I'm gonna get some ammo. End my turn, spend 2 energy. Then I roll this. Oof. I'm gonna take the 6 and spend 1 energy. Time here is running out on me. And then I spend I'm gonna risk it all. I'm gonna move. So I spend 1 energy to come here. I immediately take a damage from the enemy I left behind. I need to spawn another enemy, and it's either 1 or a 6. This is brutal for me right now because I don't have that much energy, but I am also not that good at fighting. I'm not too bad. I'll just take the 6. So I'm here now. I could roll some dice to get action points in exchange for energy, but my problem right now is energy. So the first thing I'm gonna do is spend 1 to investigate, then I'm gonna hack for 2, which means I roll a die. It's a 5, which means it's here, so I know that my source is in the alpha, in the moon, and in the purple, so it's at the King Casino, exactly where I started. So I know where it is, but I still need to open the source. So I still need to go to this row, open it, and then visit the location where I started and defeat the agent teams there. Because we know where the source is, we immediately need to populate it. So I make the choices again, it's either a 5 or a 2. I'm gonna go with a 5 because I'm so afraid for my energy. Then I roll it again, 5 and a 1. This is gonna be a lot of ammo that I don't have, but I'm conserving my energy. Now I still have 1 action. I cannot leave the location without fighting because otherwise I'll lose my last life. I cannot fight it yet, so I'm gonna gain some ammo. I can see that I clearly need it. Going here and getting 4 ammo would maybe have helped me. So now my turn is over. I spend 2 more energy. I roll the dice, a 1 and a 2. Well, I might as well take the 1 to take an upgrade. Then I'm gonna take an upgrade for fighting because there's a lot of fighting coming on. I have 1 action. I'm just gonna get my ammo. I lose 2 energy. And I can see now I don't have a chance of winning this. 3 and 1. What I am going to do is spend my adrenaline rush to set these dice to 2 different values. I'll set 1 to a 6, 1 to a 5. I'll take the 5 as the lowest, which lets me upgrade my fighting skill. And now I'm going to spend my other item, the hacker card, to get 2 more ammo, to get 1 health to be able to avoid this enemy, and to get 1 action point. So now I have 6 action points. I know I need to go upwards. So if I go here, I could actually kill an enemy here, which would be great. And if I go here, I know I can move without losing health, which will be relevant in the future. I'm going to go here, spending 2 action points, so 4 to go here. You don't lose life for moving through places with agents, only when leaving places with agents, and because I did not kill this agent, I take 1 damage. I need to populate that place. I'll populate it with a 4 because now I'm strong at fighting. I will investigate, so I mark this. I can spend energy to upgrade the skill, which would be nice to save energy, but it costs me 2 energy, so it's not worth the trouble. Then I'm going to fight this enemy. I still need to spend 2 ammo because each ammo gives me 3, but his value is 4. So I kill this enemy. I have 1 more action, and I'm gonna use it to move anywhere without losing health or to kill an agent. I'm gonna go here. I spend this last action to come over here. I spawn an enemy. 6 and a 1. Oof. But it doesn't matter because I won't be fighting it. So I just take the 6. This was my last energy. So I have 1 energy left, basically. And I'm pretty close to being there. No, this was so bad. I don't have enough energy for this. I ran out of energy, so I have to take 2. I will decrease my hacking skill. I'll spend 1 to investigate and the last 1 to hack because now it only costs 1, which lets me open the source. The problem is at the end of the turn I will run out of energy. So at the end of the turn I lose my 2 energy. I marked the skull, as you can see, which means my what are they called? Ravager? Redeemer. My Redeemer ran out of energy before I could visit the source and kill all the enemies. I can tell you now what my next plan would be. I would spend 1 energy to move anywhere without losing health. I will move here, avoiding this enemy. And now here I would spend fighting actions to kill both of these enemies. I have enough ammo because I have 4 ammo, which equates to 12, and they are worth 10. I would kill it. Unfortunately, I lost a bunch of energy early on. I think this was the lesson of this game. I spent a bunch of energy early on here at the casino. I spent 2 actions and rolled even both times, costing me the energy, which now, as you can see, was my biggest problem. The items for sure helped, but I might have been able to make some smarter decisions with my items. For example, there's an item here that says don't lose energy during this round and at the end of the round, which I could have used here to try to get action points and not lose energy at all. So there's a lot of things that I could have done better. Now you know how to play Find the Source. A loss is not unheard of. I was playing on the standard difficulty, which is the, let's say, just right difficulty. Here I lost most of my games, but it always felt like I was 1 turn or 2 turns away from winning. There were games where I was 1 energy or 1 ammo away, which is a nice feeling because you know, okay, I could have done better. There's also the easy mode where you start with some upgrades, some extra life, and I think some extra ammo. There, I feel way more comfortable winning. If it's your first time playing, I would actually recommend play with that just to see how the game works. You can also make it harder, and once again, these extra tiles you can use to make the game a bit more challenging, a bit more interesting, and you can change the mats, so the city mats and the player mats, to have even more variety. I feel like because of the random location of the source and the random location where you start, your games are not always alike. Because depending on if you start here or if you start here, the locations around you that give you abilities and that might give you items or might give you extra upgrades will make the game unfold in a slightly different way. Of course, the strategy is always the same. Investigate 2 locations, hack it, move on to another row. But how it develops, how it feels is very different. Sometimes I find myself upgrading the fighting really early. Sometimes I find myself upgrading the energy. Here I never got it down to 1, but I've done that in the past and I actually won, so maybe that's a tip for you guys. Yeah, and that was it. That was Find the Source. Thanks for watching me lose at it. I hope that if you do play it, you are better than me. Again, you can find the printed version of the game, but you can also find the printed play. It's not a free print and play, but I find the game to be worth the cost. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.